What's going on, my beautiful people? It's your host of the podcast, Just the Tip. Where's the rest of it? Jules and Pats. How you doing, Pats?
I'm doing great. It's a day off in the villages. I can't complain.
Ooh, day off. Must be nice. I don't get a day off today. But anyhow, how's the villages looking today? What's going on out there?
Um, you know, just a whole bunch of old people doing shit they don't need to do and spending the money they don't need to spend.
And mind you, we're speaking of a woman that it's before noon and she's already been to the flea market and back, y'all. So I just rolled out of bed. I woke up like this. Um, a little
Just
bit.
an afternoon cocktail, darling. Don't
Yeah,
you worry about it.
yeah. And I'll see again. So she's had a busy morning. I just got up, and it's time to give you our second episode, as promised. So the first episode we talked about popping that server cherry, getting hired somewhere. Where are you going to do it at? What you going to do? Where are you going to go? Today, let's talk about getting fired. Ooh, I think we have a lot to say on that one, right? We talked about getting hired. Now we're going to talk about getting fired. All right. Getting fired in this industry isn't like getting fired at pretty much any other job. Every other job has a process to getting fired. You need to have, I don't know, write-ups and conferences and final warnings and meetings and all kinds of shit happens before you finally get the can in most places. In a restaurant, you could literally just walk in and then be like, "Fuck out of here."
And it comes in many different ways. Many, many different ways. You know, we're going to talk about the first time that we got fired, and the most recent firing, or we're also going to talk about demotions. That's going to be a great topic for everyone.
My face is just you're
Yeah,
triggering me,
yeah.
Pats. Just trigger my.
Um, but we're going to talk about the ins and the outs, the first and the last. Well, probably not the last, but the
Well, here's
most
one
current.
good question for you. What gets you fired in a restaurant? What is it that gets you fired from the service and
A
hospitality
lot of
industry? What would you say are the top three?
My number one always is pissing off the wrong person. That that
That's
will
number one.
always get you fired.
Okay, I can go with that. That could okay. Here's my top three. Number three, stealing. It's not worth your
Oh,
job.
okay. Sorry,
It really isn't.
I don't manage anymore. Um,
As a
you're
manager,
getting
that
in
was
manager mode. Okay, if we're gonna talk about the top three, yeah, stealing is numero uno.
oh, you
Faux
think
show.
you would put it at numero uno?
Yeah,
Mm,
I've been accused of it, and I
I
didn't do
remember.
it.
I remember. Yes. Hey, well, let's go back to zingers. There was a time that my boss, because I was the boss at the place, and I was a boss. I was the boss, and my boss comes to me and says, "I think that I've heard that Amy just gets free shit here, and Amy never pays for her tab, and Amy does whatever she wants." And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I'm like, first of all, Amy's the one that I lay into the hardest whenever they're fucking around. When I catch them doing bullshit, I look at her and I'm like, "You're supposed to be helping me out here." I'm like, "You're supposed to be helping me, bruh." And so I was like, and as far as free shit, I'm like, she does. What kind of free shit am I going to give her? Rumplements? I'm like, she
Yeah,
drinks
just
Rumplements for God's sake.
goes to the bar. Yeah.
This is a nice little Pat's fact, y'all. Pats used to drink Rumplements
Oh my
by the
God.
bottle.
And you know what? Funny story. I don't drink it anymore, but when I do, it's because of my father. He keeps a fourth of Rumplements in the freezer in my childhood home, and every time I come home to Texas from Florida, he makes me take a shot. And I just go right back to being 21.
at Zingers,
At
karaoke night with
Zingers,
Brayden
yeah,
over there playing some music and Julian just hollering into the fucking mic as usual.
yeah.
And
We're
Jessica
just
behind the bar
raging.
talking about, "I need some help, Julian, get off the karaoke machine." But getting canned. So yes, I felt like number 3. Amy feels like it's or Pat feels like it's number 1. I thought, I if I had to rank them 3, 2, 1, 3 stealing because people get caught stealing and then they get written up or they'll get told like, "Hey, don't do that
Alright,
bullshit again."
is
All right.
eating
So
a slice of a cucumber with ranch on it considered stealing?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, shit like that, to people what you or
I
like
call
taking
I
food.
call it a snack because no one feeds me.
You're starving child. Um,
I am. How do you think I stay so skinny?
no, well, must yeah, that wine has nothing to do with it, huh?
Eh,
Well, so we
yeah.
said number 3, stealing, right? 3, the stealing will get you fired pretty quick well, and then if we're talking like monetary stealing, servers float tickets, people manage to take cash from registers,
Oh,
tips,
yeah, where
shit like
oh,
that.
yeah. It
That'll
goes on and on.
that'll get you canned. Number 2, I think the only other serious thing that a restaurant gives a shit about is your attendance, showing up. If you're constantly calling in, if it's one thing or another, uh, they're we're done. We're done. The restaurant would like you'll walk in on your second late day and they'll be like, just go home. We don't need you. There's
Well,
you are so replaceable that attendance, if you're calling in, I don't need they need a reliable person to be there. And if you don't
yeah,
want to
no
make
doubt.
money, bye. Bye,
And
Alicia.
in season, here in the villages, we have seasons. You show up for busy season, okay, we overhire, we cover our asses, basically. We're overstaffed every day for like 6 months. And when busy season ends and we're in slow season, they are looking to basically remove or fire people that aren't competent. They were just an extra space, a body, a
So I'm
body in the situation.
so I said
So,
attendance, and I think you're also headed towards competency. If you suck,
well, at the same time, now we're in slow season.
mhm,
And if they aren't competent, as you say,
and they're not showing up,
and they're not showing up and they're always giving up shifts and they're always not there, do you think they're going to get the shift?
yeah, no,
Do you think they're going to get scheduled?
mm-mm, mm.
No, you're going to get weeded out. You don't know if you're fired until the week the schedule comes out and you're not on it.
Yes, yes, you are so right because there have been times that I know that I was up to some shit at work, and the schedule wasn't coming out, and I'm like, "What's going on? Schedule hasn't come out yet." And you're like, "Schedule should have been out." You start getting
Yeah,
fucking paranoid. You start
yeah,
calling up at work. You're like, "Hey, is the schedule out? What's going on?" I think my
yeah,
phone's
we're
not
calling
working.
out.
They're like, "Calm down, bitch. You're not fired. We just haven't posted the schedule yet."
No, and it's happened to you and I both, and we have PTSD when it comes to that kind of shit.
Well, no, let me
Like,
talk about this attendance thing. Let's circle back. Let's circle back. This
you wanna
attendance
circle
thing,
back to attendance?
yes, because
I
let me tell you
I
something.
I just feel so abandoned sometimes in the service industry. Like,
Well, that's
a
what I was about to
guy
say. You were always you went to work every fucking day. Actually, you worked every day,
I
even on
never
your
call
days
out.
off. Yeah, on your days off. But I remember that we also used to all love to just party and drink and be out to all hours of the night, and that cost money. So we were like, "Damn, I gotta go back to work."
Gotta go to work, don't
That
matter if
there's
I'm
the loop. There's the
dying.
loop in the service industry is that you can spin it all and make it all in one night, one week, whatever. You can,
No, but then again, circle around, all of these kids nowadays, you and I were raised a different way. Yeah, you would go out and party till 4 or 5 a.m., but you'd still get up and go to work. The
we would
kids
fall asleep on the
nowadays
streets at
kids
Zingers.
nowadays like, oh my god. They
We
wake
were
up with
already
like
at work.
a
We would
pinch
always
of
be at
headache,
work fucked up.
and they're like, "No, I'm calling out." Bitch, you're getting fired.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, no, circling back to attendance, here's a little anecdote. So this is just an example of the type of shit that they're not gonna put up with, been there, done that, bye, we don't need you. So there's this one chick, right? We hire her. And um she came on and ironically enough, she looks at me and she's like, "I know you from somewhere." And I'm like looking at her like, "I have no fucking idea who you are." But I was like, "Oh my God." I did that. And then she's like, "Oh
You
my
do it.
God, Iron Cactus." So she filled in the blank right away. I was like, "Oh, Iron Cactus. Yeah, that's right. Yeah." I did the oh my God first. I was like, "Oh my God." Yeah.
He's
So
Iron
apparently we had
Cactus.
worked together already. And I didn't remember the girl. And now I remember why, because she's a ghost. The bitch always was calling in. Okay, so she did her training, and through training is like the time that you're not calling in, you're not leaving early, you're not coming in late. You're gonna show up 100% during training to show that you got what it fucking takes to do this, right? And
100%.
exactly. So during training, she would be telling her trainers, I got you know how long they're gonna keep me here? I gotta go. And mind you, let's okay, back the truck up just a little bit.
Back
Um,
the bus up, Gertrude.
Back the fuck up, bitch. Okay, when they hired her, I looked at her and I was like, and she looked at me. Oh, I did say that we recognized each other, but what I was looking at and what was distracting me is I was like, is this Methany from Methanyville? Like the woman was clearly on meth. Like it just she had the whole jaw thing going, and she just talked really fast, and her eyes were just, all she needed to be was like, on the job for us to be like, okay, but
Okay.
no
All
one
right,
picked up on
Bethany.
that. No
Okay.
one picked up on Methany from Methanyville over at fucking Bubba's. Yeah, no one. So this woman starts with her, "How long am I gonna be here?" And, I gotta go because of this and because of that." And, one day, one of the managers was kinda fed up with it and made a comment. She says, "Why is it's always something with her." She's like, "Why is she always trying to leave?" And I look her dead in the eye and I'm like, "You don't know what the problem is?" And she looks at me so serious and she's like, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, "You don't know what the problem is." She's like, "What?" And I'm like, "The woman is a drug addict. She has a drug problem, y'all." I was like, "Look," I was like, "I've they're a dime a dozen. They come through,
Oh,
they
no,
make
they're
they
not a dime a dozen. Oh,
babe, you
truly.
know the revolving door of these dime a dozen people that they come to make their drug money and they leave after their as soon as they make their 50, 60 bucks, they find a way to get cut or leave or whatever. We had Kelly. We had ours Kelly. Who was the other one? The little pillhead that uh Courtney, Kelly, Courtney, a bunch of them that we worked with that as soon as they made their 40, 50 bucks, they're like, "Can I
No,
leave?"
I'm
We'd be like,
cut.
"Get the
I'm
fuck out
cut.
of here."
I'm cut.
Yeah, you're cut. Bye.
Fired.
Bye.
Fired. You're
This
fired.
woman, Methany from Methanyville, we'll anonymously call her that. She was one day I'm training her and she's telling me at 9 o'clock at night, I gotta go. There's a fucking flood at my house. The water is just piling up. I gotta go. I gotta go. I was
My
like, so
dogs died. My husband got ran over by a train. I need to go.
oh yeah. So I was like, all right, go. Whatever, go. Um I knew what it was. I'm not a manager at the time, so I don't give a fuck. But I know what's going on. I'm like Methany from Methany Mill made her $50. She's gonna go buy her fix and she's gotta get a party on. The next day she and so I mentioned it to the manager when she asked me how she did for training. I was like, you're gonna find that this person always has an excuse to leave. And she's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, we've noticed that. We've noticed that." And I was like, "Okay." And that's when I told her, "So y'all don't know what the problem is?" And they're like, "Well, I mean, you can't really assume anything." I'm like, "Well, no, that jaw twitching all day long and them eyes wide open, that doesn't say anything to me." So I guess let's continue with her training. So she shows up the next day. Shows up the next day, and we're all standing around. Gets a little slow, and she whips out the cell phone. Sure enough, she starts. And I look at the manager and I just nudge her and I wink. And so the manager, I'm basically telling her like feed into that, go into, and she tells her, "What's wrong, Methany?" What's wrong, Methany? No, she didn't say that. I'm not saying her real name. She says, "What's wrong, Methany?" And she goes, I'm a midwife. Apparently, they just went into labor. They need me. I gotta go. I gotta go. I'm a midwife.
I'm a
They need me."
midwife. Oh my god. Oh,
That
so
I had to
speaking
throw
of
that one in
midwife,
there. That was the best. That was
that
the
was
best
the
excuse I've
longest
ever heard.
story ever. All
That was
right.
the best excuse I've ever heard for why she had to fucking go. I heard once that her daughter was
Yeah, but did
unconscious.
she get fired?
Not yet. Not even after that.
No. Okay, so this is
No,
what
no,
was
no,
up
no, no, no. She did get
out
fired
about
for the
that.
attention eventually. But I think it was another bullshit excuse she gave that somebody else was just like, you know what? We're good. We're done. We don't, and like you said, they did it just like you said. They didn't put her on the schedule. She showed up and she was like, "Well, where's my schedule?" And they were like, "Methany, you've got babies to deliver. You've got flooded houses to dry up. You've got unconscious daughters to go get out of the hospital. Like, sorry, bye." So yeah, that was my number two, attendance. I think when you fuck around a lot, you're calling in, you're calling out, showing up late. The late thing, they always give us a little window, right? But
I don't know. We should also talk about when people get like the instant firing. The thing
oh,
with
and that was going to be
people
my
is
number one.
the
The number
instant
one, the
firing. I
instant
got
fire.
one. I got one.
Okay, you give your number
And
one, and then I'll go.
it's
Shit.
she did it right, honestly. So I was working fine dining back home in Austin, Texas, in Bee Caves after Jules left me
Mm.
to go back to San Antonio to take care of his sister. And I worked there for about 6 years, right? And through that time, we had multiple, I don't know, dessert. Oh, Lord.
She's a popular woman.
Um, we had multiple directors within the restaurant, you know. Um, and our dessert director, she was very, very innovative, very forward thinking, very creative. And soon
What's
to
her?
find out that she was showing up to work on Special K.
That's what made her so
And
creative and so innovative. Hello.
and one day
How do you
she,
think
I
she was
guess she
drawing all
was,
those little eight balls and eyeballs on the cupcakes and shit?
no, we're working fine dining. Like I'm telling you, these desserts were gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. People are paying $18 to $25 a dessert. These desserts were gorgeous. And one day she took one too many pills and decided that she was going to start taking whippets in on the line. Yeah, on the line
She must have been at a special K that
in front of the chef.
she ran out of special K. Because I mean, how do you go from
Yep.
special K
Mhm.
to whippets?
Yep.
Special K to whippets? Really?
Yep. Yep. She was tripping out all over
Um,
the kitchen and she was like, I'm not high enough anymore. I'm not high enough anymore. And she started doing whippets in the middle of the fucking kitchen. Not even joking you. And I walk in and I'm like, dude, this is not the place nor the time. And
she just
my
straight up
chef got
admitted
a
it
whiff
to
of
you.
it,
I'm not high
got a
enough.
whiff of it, and literally walked her out back. And she was clutching the
The whipped
like
cream can.
yeah clutching it. And my chef literally looked at her and said, "You can keep it," and chucked 2 more pods at her and said, "You're fired."
Here's for the next two hits. Fuck out of here. Good lord. Well, yeah. See, Methany Vale over here got fired for her attendance, and will your special K chef over there? Maybe she had been hanging out with Elon Musk. That's how she. Apparently, Elon Musk made everyone think taking Special K is
I
okay. It's not
you
okay.
know, don't underestimate the creatives. They're just high as shit about that.
Mm. All right. So number one, I thought the number because it's also been like the only thing that's ever gotten me fired, really. The number one thing that'll get you fired, pissing off the wrong person or being rude to a guest.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, God, got so much to say on that.
All
Here's
right.
the thing.
So let's just talk about the first time you got fired. Make it short and sweet. And I'm going to do the same.
The
And
first
then we're going
time,
to do the last time we got fired as of 2026.
the first time that was for reason number three, because I was fucking around with promo codes and I got busted. And they were like, sorry, you gotta go. So
But
yeah,
yeah,
so like I said, one
that's
of the
a
biggest
really
things
good
to get
reason.
fired, but yeah, I was clipping those Olive Garden coupons. And so whenever a table would
Oh,
pay
yeah,
cash,
that
I'd be like, "Hey, oh, they got a
OG.
coupon." Bad habit. Bad habit, y'all. They're not stupid. They'll catch up with you. They'll figure
That's why you didn't get rehired.
it out. Um, but number one reason that will get you fired is being rude to guests. I would have to say that my favorite instance of that is some jackass at Texas Roadhouse. I was just literally just being a fucking jackass. And here's the thing too is that people, this is our time to let you know, don't be a fucking asshole. Just because your server has to take it doesn't mean that you have to be a fucking asshole. And I guess I should practice what I preach because when I'm not working, sometimes I can be quite a bitch. But because I'm like, I this would never. Amy's like, really? No, not you.
No, I'm so sorry. I forgot I'm on camera.
No. Yeah, no, when I'm not working, I think and people do it, I'm like, "No, I'd get fired for this instantly. What the fuck? Fuck you." But no, some jackass was being a total fucking douche at Texas Roadhouse, playing around while I'm trying to take his order. Texas Roadhouse doesn't fuck around. They're like, "You need to, your order's coming right. You can't send in something
Very
wrong."
corporate.
Yeah,
Very, very corporate. By the book.
horrible, toxic corporate environment. Just one of the most awful places to work for. Don't do it. I'll tell you right now, fuck Texas Roadhouse. We'll do a whole episode on that some other time. But yeah, that company's just shit. They treat their people like shit and they really don't give a shit about them. And the fact that this asshole was giving me such a hard time about taking his order, he kept talking like a goddamn auctioneer. And I was like, slow down. I gotta put this down, dude. And so I told him like twice, like, sir, I gotta write this down. If you don't write it down, if you don't slow down, I can't write it down and correctly, and it's not gonna come out right. He did it again, and I just threw my fucking notepad on the table, and I'm like, "What the fuck do you think is happening here? An auction? Is this a fucking joke to you?" I was like, "I'm fucking working, you jackass." Needless to say, I was fired. I got the boot
I
for
have
that.
never actually cussed anybody out
Oh,
at
I
a club.
was like, "Eat my fucking butthole," and just walked out. I was like, "Fuck y'all. I just fuck off. Eat a dick." You know, you don't need to do that shit to people who are serving on you. Just because you work in an office and make 10 bucks an hour doesn't give you the right to go into a restaurant and talk down to a server who's making $2 an hour.
No,
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 we don't make but servers don't get paid. Another high misconception that people must be high when they, leave a fucking $5 tip thinking that, that's another quick way to get you cussed out. But that's another topic, the tipping point. We'll talk about that later. Tipping.
all
Today
right.
we're talking about getting
So,
fired. So that was my that was my number one. I told some douchebag to go eat a dick, fuck off, eat my fucking butthole, and walked out of Texas Roadhouse as I should have. Fuck that place. Um, I think we even had a discussion before I left. The manager's like, it's got to happen, right? And I was like, I know, I don't give a fuck. It's like, fuck y'all. as as I said in the first episode, I this industry has made me just a little bit bitter
all
sometimes.
right. Jules needs to take a break. Um, I need a lighter so we could
We're
break some
cool down
jewels.
here.
Oh, look,
Anyhow, so
who's calling? Jules' personal hotline.
right, segment of the week. We're gonna do our segment of the week for y'all today, guys. We're gonna do a segment every show. You know, today this week we're gonna call on one of our favorites. It's called the FTS moment of the week. Fuck that shit moment of the week.
Fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit. What was your fuck that shit moment this week, Pats?
There's been a lot, but I'm trying to figure out what numero uno is.
Mm.
Um, it's really hard, actually. I had
See,
a.
it's so hard in the villages. It's just so painstakingly hard.
It is hard. They're all angry old fuckers. What are you talking about?
Old people love me. We should trade
No,
voices. They
you know
love
what? I
me.
am their step grandchild. They love me, but they're assholes.
Oh wait, I think I can give you a hint at the fuck that shit moment of the week. Demotion. But it didn't happen this week.
No,
Yeah,
no, we're gonna talk about that after this. I still haven't gotten my highs and the lows of the podcast today. You did, not me.
no. Oh,
Um,
oh,
I think it was last week, and this lady came in, and I've taken care of her before because I've worked in the villages for a couple, almost 4 years now. And she came in, and she's usually really nice, but she was just having a bad day. And she just blew up on me, Jules. Blew up on me. Went and got the manager, said that I was being rude, that I wasn't taking her order, even though she had food in front of her. She was just irate. And last week she came back in and I fucking killed it.
oh, I thought you said you fucking killed her. I was like, oh, killed her. Never
No,
mind.
I fucking killed it. I literally
Always gonna take the high road, y'all.
filled her with kindness.
Again, I was like, you killed her. Oh no, you killed
I
her.
fucking killed her with kindness. And she was like, "Oh my God, how are you? How are you doing? Blah, 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 blah." Bitch, kiss my ass.
You know, she probably didn't even remember you.
That's the worst part. Fucking Mary Moody. I hate her. Mary Moody, if you are on this and you see me, I hope I never see you ever again.
Okay, I was like, I was afraid of what was about to come out of your mouth.
Mary Moody, I have dealt with you for almost 4 years and you are not nice.
Well, judging by the demographic in villages, I don't think you are going to deal with Mary Moody for much longer. But
She's still young.
oh
Sucks.
shit! Wow, that's so funny. So,
Hi, Mary Moody.
so Mary Moody's your fuck that shit moment of the week.
Oh, yeah. No, she's my enemy, my mortal enemy.
My fuck that shit moment of the week here has to be probably about the way San Antonio is behaving about the fact that the Spurs are in the playoffs and the way that they're behaving in restaurants about it and just oh my god, seriously? It's just basketball, it's just a game. I know some people are gonna get mad about that but seriously, like, you have to do all that you're doing. No, we were trying to podcast. I think we were in the middle of
Oh,
trying to record, and you were asking what was happening, and I was like, "There's gunshots and, fucking horns being
oh
honked
yeah,
and
that's right. You did.
partying in the street." I was like,
But
"The
Jules,
Spurs
I
are
thought you would be all for it. It's just men playing with balls.
nuts." We've been over this before. Basketball players aren't hot like that. They're not. They're not. It's the baseball players, darling. And
I
luckily,
know
yeah,
it's all about that
I
ass.
bartended at Bubba's. We just watched baseball all day. Good Lord
Oh,
Almighty. Yeah.
ass.
I was never mad about that. I love that. I
Hey,
love
I married a juicy booty ginger, so I'm not complaining.
well, yes, I love if it were baseball, perhaps I'd have a different opinion. Maybe that's what it is. I'm like, oh, are these basketball players? It's like this is
Used to play
boring.
baseball.
No, what now?
Hayden
Uh,
used to play baseball.
I okay. I could see that. So yes, my fuck that shit moment of the week over here is relax. You know, when you go into a restaurant, literally, this is what's been coming out of their mouths. Are y'all playing the game? Are y'all playing the game? Like fucking crackheads. And then they've got to be every TV has to be on the game. I'm like, if the main one in the goddamn restaurant that everyone can see from wherever you're standing in the restaurant is playing the game, I think you're good. I think
Yeah.
you can see it.
No, they do the same shit at my bar with golf.
Are you gonna have the sound on? You need the sound
I
on
need
too.
the golf tournament. I need the golf tournament. I'm like, it's a
You need
tiny
to go
little
home and watch
ball
it on
that
your TV.
rolls across fake grass.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Yeah, no, yeah, and then for them to camp out at the fucking table with one margarita and endless rounds of chips and salsa, get the fuck out of here. The other day, well, luckily, these games are being broadcast on only on like special networks. So the other day they were like, the game's gonna be on Peacock and Prime, and these TVs don't have it. And I was like, ooh, I have logins. And I was just as I said it, the head server's like, the game starts at 9:30. And I was like,
At night.
nope, I don't have a login. Sorry.
Good.
Like, nope, I lost it. I forgot it. Haven't paid my membership. It's expired. Whatever. Like,
So,
the cat
we've
named it.
gotten completely off topic, and that is very usual for Jules and
Oh,
I.
we're not off topic. We were talking about the fuck that shit
Jules
moment of
and
the week.
I have been together in life for over a decade,
I know. There's always a lot to
and
talk
there is a lot to talk about. And, as we reminisce and we, bring our knowledge literally every single
expertise.
time.
I prefer expertise.
Our expertise. Um, but yeah, you're gonna get a lot of back and forth with us. Jules likes to talk a lot. I will cut him off. It's the Aquarius in him. Yeah, I see you. I see you.
I
Um,
was
but
trying not to cut her off.
like I said, we're still learning our everyday grind when it comes to this podcast. We really hope
But we want
that,
to hear from you guys. Also,
yeah,
just
we want to
hit
hear from you.
podcast210 at gmail.com. Hit us up. Instagram, just the tip 210. Hit us up.
Yeah,
Let us know
tell
what
us
you think.
what you want us to stream on. If it's Twitch, we can do like a weekly Twitch and talk with y'all, if that's what you really want. But we're available on Spotify. We're also available on Audible. Um,
YouTube.
and we will have promos on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram.
Yes, but more than anything, we want you to follow us on Spotify.
Yeah,
Please go and follow
yeah.
us on Spotify.
We
We will
won't
love you
always
forever.
we won't always have videos of ourselves, um, you know, like this. Um, but we really, really appreciate everything and the support from everyone. And I know this is still new, but we definitely want to hear your feedback. And
And we want your
my
stories
service
too.
industry people, talk to me, talk to Jules and I. Like, we're
Yes.
here for you.
You know, both of us are set up with a guest setup. Both of us can have guests here in our studios and interview. We want to hear from y'all. We want to hear from our fellow servers in the trenches. If this episode were if we were further along, maybe we'd have more guests lined up. We have so many people talking about, I want to be on it, I want to, let me know, but it takes time and it's a little, it takes work. We got to sit down and record, and it took some gathering this morning, but we're new to the process and we're getting there.
And
I
don't
think this episode was a
forget
little. Say again,
that
sorry.
you said don't forget that Jules and I are 6 states away from each other. He's in Texas and I'm in Florida. So we have
Oh, the red dot states.
a wide range of opportunity for guest spots for sure.
Uh, yes, definitely. And like I said, in a nice contrast too, because we're in different areas of the service industry. I joke around and say that Amy's like fine dining, but what I mean is that like the price point in her restaurant is a little higher than the price point in mine. No way higher, probably like double, triple higher. Um, so that always, as a server, you always know that higher price point means higher tip. Lower price point means turn and burn. You gotta turn that shit, turn that shit, and that's but again, that's a conversation for another day. Today we had talked about in the first episode about getting hired. Where should you go? What companies should you try to go look at, and where should you start? And today we took a sharp left and said, what about when you get fired? What do you do when you get fired, Pats? Though there's our next segment of this episode here. How do you handle it? Or actually, Pat's went through demotion for a minute, and it was very unpleasant. Um, I went through a demotion also in just the exact same way she did, um, just by different standards. I allowed a customer to do something that they should never do, and I didn't, but unknowingly, they asked me for a to-go cup, and I was like, "Here you go," thinking, they needed it for some. I don't know what. I just wasn't thinking, and so the fucker took the alcohol in his glass to go, and I got in trouble. I got demoted. I got pulled from the bar from it for it. And I was really pissed. That made me very, pissed at the customer for it because I'm like, you know better. You tricked me and you fucked me. Just because you leave me $100 bill every time you come doesn't mean that, you just ruined my livelihood here. And no matter what happened in that restaurant, every time, he tried to go and make amends with with the owner and tell him, I did that, of my own, volition, and I didn't mean to get Julian in trouble. And no, didn't matter. I never got my spot back in the bar. But what about you, Pats? What happened to you?
Um, it was about, what was it, October of last year, and I had a regular who I've dealt with many times before, and it shit went down. It could have been in many things. He could have been dealing with his own things in life, and I was the first person to be in front of him, and he took it out on me. It could have been a lot of things. Um, but I went into work one day. I had been working in the bar for a year at that point, and this certain regular, I'm not going to say his name out loud. Shout out if you know who you are. Um,
Just had a podcast.
and he decided to take it out on me. And let's be right. I'm the first person to cuss. I'm the first person to call someone out. I'm the first
You?
person.
No,
Me?
no.
Sorry, good old Texas girl over here. Um, but when you insult me and you degrade me in front of other people,
We got a problem. Got a problem.
there's a line,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And he crossed that line. I went in, it was my shift, my closing shift. I walk in, I put my purse down, I count my drawer, as usual, as a bartender does. Say hi to everybody, make sure everybody has everything that they need. Perfect. Got it. Done. And I come upon this certain person that we will not name. Hi, if you're watching.
Hey, fuck twat.
You. I hate you.
Twat waffle.
And he hands me he says, "Oh, I want Leslie to pay my checkout." And I'm but I said, "Well, Genesis is my shift, this, that, and the other." He goes, "Well, I need Leslie to pay it out." And so I went over and gave Leslie the information and the check. And she goes, I'm too busy because she was in the well. If anybody knows what the well is, it's where another bartender makes drinks for the whole restaurant, right? Does everybody get that?
The well.
So you could have 300 or 400 people in that restaurant, and that one person is making all the drinks for
For
the
all the
whole
tables in the
restaurant,
restaurant. Mhm.
the whole restaurant, right? And so I go over and I said, hey, he wants to pay out, but he wants you to pay him out. And she goes, I'm too busy. You can take care of it. And I said, yes, ma'am. And she's my seasoned bartender. She's been there since the restaurant opened. She came with the building. She crawled out of the ceiling when that place was bought. I hate you. You need to stop. Jules, you're cut off. Um, but yeah, so he comes up to me and I ran his card and I come up to him and he goes, "You did this wrong." And I said, "Well, Leslie told me to run it this way." And he goes, "You did it wrong. I wanted Leslie to do it. I don't want to look at your face anymore. You fucked up."
You know what you should have done at that time? Just been like, "You know what, Mr. Twat Waffle?" Yeah, just blew his ass away.
Yeah. No. No, and that happened in front of my GM
Oh,
while
that's
I
always
was
the worst.
while we were yelling at each other back
Mm,
and forth. My GM walks past and witnesses the whole thing.
mm.
So therefore, um instead of being fired, I was demoted.
Thank
I
you,
went
Mr. Twat
from
Waffle.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was demoted to the floor for almost 5 months. And I walked in every single day and held my head high and did my shit. And I was put back behind the bar 2 months ago. And
Yeah.
I gave no shit. I gave no shits. Basically, I told him to suck it, and I rocked it and, wiggled my way back in.
Hell
God,
yeah. See, that's the happy ending of that story. On my side, I never got the chance to get put back. It didn't matter what I did. Um, it just they were like, no. Um, and that's that. This is so that you all out there can understand that the things that you do have an effect on people's livelihoods. The the moment your little bitch fit or your little moment can cause somebody their livelihood. I don't know how much to stress that to you. Your asshole moment, the moment that you feel that you need to demean someone, the moment that you feel that you need to talk shit to a server, to put somebody on the spot, or to heckle them, or to whatever. That person,
because you feel bad.
exactly, because your life sucks, or you've had a shitty day, or whatever. I don't know who
It
cares. Um,
doesn't matter. But whatever you say in this world affects other people. And
And when
you
you're out
know
in public dealing with somebody who's working, they are working. We cannot defend ourselves. So
no, you
like
can't.
that time at Roadhouse, I knew what I was doing, and I knew that the moment that I slammed that guest check down on the table, I was ending the job because at that moment I was breaking the cardinal rule. I was coming at him and I was like, "Look, you fuck stick, I'm trying to fucking work, and you're just fucking joking. You're being a jackass, and it's funny to you." Him and his fucking plumber crack construction worker fucking friend were sitting there, grimacing at each other while he's doing it. And I'm like, this isn't fucking funny, assholes. And meanwhile, while you're kicking dirt in this restaurant with your fucking boots, all that type of shit. Just, you know, the most shittiest piece of shit people are the ones that are out here costing us our job. And the people
Yeah,
who,
and they don't
actually,
they don't realize the repercussions that it has on us.
and for what? Your $5? Fuck you. Get out of here. Those are the type of people that also don't know how to tip either.
Yeah, we're people. Like, Jules, I forgot to tell you yesterday, I was at the gas station, and you know how there's self-checkouts and then there's, like, a register, right?
Hmm.
Self-checkout, the lady was super busy, there was, like, 12 people in the line, I'm in the line, I'm waiting patiently, right? And there's this big old redneck, good old boy mother, you know?
Mm.
And she goes, "Honey, you can come right over here. I'll get you all checked out." And he goes, "I'm not using that fucking thing. This, that, and the other." And she was like, "I swear to you, it'll just be much quicker, you know?" And he comes up to the counter, and I'm at the self checkout, and she takes care of me first, even though I was behind him.
Uh-huh.
And she goes, "Maybe next time you'll use the machine." And he goes, "Fuck you, bitch. I'm not using that shit, this, that, and the other." And I told him, I said, "Honey, it's not that hard. I hope
Bubba,
you have a good day."
relax, Bubba.
Yeah, no, I said, "It's not that hard, honey. I hope you have a good day." And he flips both of us off. "Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. I can't. I'm not doing that. I'm."
There's the one end of customer service that I've always refused to do, retail, and gas station attendants probably have it worse than we do, because I've witnessed many a
I
moment, and I've
defended
actually
her. I
I've st-
defended
yeah,
her.
yeah, I've done the same. I've
I've
stepped
done
in
it
and people.
twice
Hmm.
in the last 2 months. People are like, "Are you stupid? Are you this? Are you that?" And those people can't say things back to them because they'll
Exactly,
get fired.
working exactly. And if you want to give it up,
We're off the clock. We don't care.
yeah,
I
that's
always
why.
have
Yeah.
I always have a gun in my fucking car. "You wanna play the fucking game? Let's go."
Yeah, that's why most of the time, or not most of the time,
Bullshit.
let me rephrase that. When I'm out in public and I run into situations like that, I don't hold back, and they will probably get the wrath, because when I'm at work, I have to eat a lot of shit. And again, we do it for a living. It's part of our making a living, but that doesn't give anyone the right to minimalize somebody that way, or to decimate somebody while they're working.
No, but we're like unsung heroes whenever we're off work or before work or after work when we see people getting mistreated and demean like
Oh yeah, I'm a bully eater. I will eat you for breakfast if you're a bully.
I
Oh my god.
hate. And I know I'm supposed to be like this sweet, like quiet one, and I am a lot of the time, but when someone comes in front of me and starts terrorizing or
Disrespect.
making someone in the service industry feel bad for something that they shouldn't be, you will
How come?
find the rage in me.
Yeah.
You will find it because I can't do anything on clock. Yeah, if I do, I'll get fired. But if I find you in the streets,
Ooh,
we will
catch me
say
outside. How about that?
we will say some words.
Oh, I don't think it'll be words with me. You'll get your ass whipped. My mom's
See, yeah,
constantly
you're
telling me
gonna
you're gonna
catch
get
some
your ass whipped
hands
today, and
from
I'm like,
Jules,
"Look,
and
if you
you're
can
gonna
beat me
catch
up,
some
go ahead."
words from me.
Yeah, no, I always say that. I'm like, if you can beat me up, go ahead. Come on. Go. But to this day, I've yet to find someone that I think they look at me and they're like, "This motherfucker's crazy. Let's just
Mhm.
go. Let's go. This motherfucker's crazy." And
We
yeah, I
are.
mean, over
We
the
have
over
to
the
be.
course of 20, 25 years in this business, they've driven me just about crazy. That moment
I
at Texas
know.
Roadhouse was a snap. I had a snap. I don't think I'll ever have a snap like that again. And that's why I will openly
I don't
speak
know
out
about
against
that.
Texas Roadhouse over and over and over again, because it was such a toxic,
Alright.
terrible, horrible place to work for. And even their sister company, Bubba's, was, for a moment, I thought I
Jules,
had some
Jules,
comfort.
Chatty Cathy is chatting. You're going, "You need to calm down." All
This is
right,
what
y'all.
we're
Well,
this
we're
is
at
what we're talking
almost
about. We're
15
getting
minutes
passionate.
on the podcast. Jules can just spit forever, but he has to go to work, and I got shit to do. I
Alright,
hope
so
y'all have
should
a
we
great
can you
rest
wrap
of your
this up?
day. We will recap on everything again. Uh, Connect with us. You know, we have an email. I'll have Jules put that in.
Just the Tip
Talk to us.
Podcast
Give us your
210
story.
at gmail.com. Reach us at Just the Tip Podcast 210 at gmail.com. Email us. We want to hear from you if you want to be a guest. Just the just the tip 210 at Instagram. That's our screen name. You can
Yeah,
find it on Facebook, on my Facebook, on Julian Torres. I tag Amy a lot, so you'll find her there too. Uh,
yeah. But
we'll wrap this week up, folks, and we've got more interesting topics coming up for you this week. We've got a really fun one coming up: sex in the industry. That one's going to be interesting, and of course, the tipping point. Oh, the tipping point. I think that one's going to one one of the main one of the main ones that we're going to have fun with. We've been here an hour already, but I think the tipping point's going to be quite long, and sex in the industry might be too. So
we
until
have a
next
lot of
time, folks.
stories.
It's been great seeing you again this week, and I think this one was better, Pats. What you think? I
I
think
think
we're
it
getting better
was
every
too
time.
for episode 2. I think that we're doing really good. Discard the chaos that will ensue in our podcast. But we are here for all of your love, suggestions, stories, and
Anecdote.
don't forget, we are Just the Tip podcast. Where's the rest of it? Tell me where the rest of it is, babe.
All
Tell
right,
me.
babe. We will see you next week. Bye,
All right. Love
guys.
y'all. Have a good night.